Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers with some more Nomadic? Yes, Nomadic Survival. Where today we are going to continue off where we left off in the last video with, as you can see, I built this large rover. But I have some sad news. The sad news is none of this can be used. No. I'm gonna have to grind it all down, blow it all up, and start again from scratch. So... No, I'm not being serious. I'm not actually gonna detonate it. That's just a waste of resources. But I'm not joking when I say I do have to grind it all down. And then rebuild it. So I'm going to be using a different type of mechanism for this. And if you guys, if you guys are unsure of the reasoning behind this, I'll try and put it simple. When the arm is so the difference between an arm down and an arm compressed is about 45 degrees. Okay. And the way that these rotors work is they are set to upper and lower limits. And as you can the way it works is obviously 45 degrees different to the limit of the amount of turning you can have from here to the amount of turning you can have up here is quite significant. And in short, what it basically means is there's certain times where it's going over a bump, the arm gets, raised up because that's how suspension works, and the wheels can't be on the ground at all times, so it's just not ideal. The other problem I have had, which I was hoping it wouldn't be a problem with, just generally it being made out of heavy armor, is there is no sense of suspension forcing these to be level. So with this, I'm using a suspension piece to, keep the rod down. I ideally want two sort of wheels on either side to keep it all stable. And on this type of design, it's just not doable, viable, whatever you want to call it. So, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm gonna get this turned into a grinding ship, and then I'm gonna start grinding it down and put a load of stuff away. Yeah, not fun. Oh, yeah, not fun. But I'm not going to bore you with the grinding down process. I also don't have a second PC with me at the moment, so I can't do a third-person video of it. So I'm just going to grind it down, and then I'm going to come back when it's done. So give me a quick second, guys. And we're about done. It's pretty much all of the parts ground down. The sad thing is, it's actually a lot quicker to grind stuff down than it is to weld stuff, apparently. It still takes a long time. It's been almost like an entire day in this game. So it's been about 3 hours-ish. 2.5, 3 hours. Apparently some of the panels fell off when I was grinding it down. I'm just trying to see if I can find all of them. At least they're not green, so at least you can see them a bit easier. Like there's another one over here. Also, oh yeah, steel plates. A lot of stuff in this grass. But yeah, I thought I might as well use this vehicle. So I used the flyer a lot for all the main stuff, and then this vehicle's just good for getting all the ground bits and pieces. Some stuff fell off, as you can see. So yeah, fun. But now we need to get the new, I guess, part built. Oh, there's a hole. Oh, that's another hole. But yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get the new one built. I want to show it off, but I actually have a plan of what it looks like this time, so it shouldn't take that long. Shouldn't is the key word here. So we're going to place a couple of heavy armor blocks like that. Don't know why I'm welding them up, but apparently I'm now welding them up. If I looked in here, you'll see the vast amount of steel plates that we now have access to. It is both vast and, yeah, vast. God, heavy armor's so expensive. It's basically unfeasible to try and weld it by hand at this point. Nice and simple. Okay, so the next stage is... Well, there's a couple of different things I can do, I think. Whoops. So I'm going to place a heavy armor block like that, and a heavy armor block like that. I'm then going to place... I don't know, I don't remember. That block goes like that. That block goes like that. Let's build my photo so I can actually remember what this is supposed to look like. That goes on there like that, that goes on there like that. And then I think it's just a normal heavy armor block, heavy armor block. The normal... This is majority normal design, like the exact same as what I've built up like on the actual modules themselves, so like this part is basically the same. It's just got a couple of differences, which you can probably tell. For example, it uses that and it uses that. Does that. 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 And I believe that is all of the heavy armor you need to build that module. So again, all of this just gets quickly welded up because even though it's heavy armor blocks, welders just add materials and weld up blocks so much quicker than any hand tool. Very nice, very nice. Again, very nice. So you want to place all of these like this. Is that all of the... That is all of my steel plates are already gone. Jeez. But yeah, fun fact. The large grid Rover which we had at the start of today's video, that was made up of over 25,000 steel plates. To put a little bit of perspective into how many resources there was in that build. Over 25,000. It's kind of nuts. Also, you may have noticed I added my usual scripts to this welder ship. It was more useful just to know how full my cargo was, but it's just generally useful. I think most vehicles, if you're carrying components, you might as well know what you have in your cargo without having to constantly actually look. Having it on a LCD panel on your screen is very nice indeed. Okay, so that's that bit done. So it's looking interesting. Again, I'm going to make sure that these are placed like this and like this. Now the trick I use is, can you see that how the bottom has a wire and the top has like a metal? The trick is, put the wire so it's at the bottom. And I'll show you why. If I was to set the thing to what sounds like, so you either have minus 150 or you have positive 1.3, whatever. It's either negative 1.5 or positive 1.3. You think, you know, negative 1.5 is more. It's not. If you look where this actually lines up, it lines up just underneath that part of the block. Where if I was to lower it all down to the bottom, it lies now below that block where the other one was up there. And that is because if you set it to 0, you'll see that's the center point. That's the center right there. And look how much lower it is. So if you want the maximum ground clearance for your suspension blocks, make sure you build it like that. It'll be so much better for you. I don't think I have all the parts to weld up at the moment. So the next thing I want to do is place a heavy armor panel like this, like that, and like that. And then from there, I'm going to place a couple of compact 1x1 suspensions, but this time with that wire looking thing going to the top. So it's going to go on both sides, like that and like that. And then I want to place down my blast door blocks in these places right here on both sides. And that module right there is pretty much everything for this build, believe it or not. That is pretty much, is the suspension design that I've made pretty much done. So if I was to use the actual one which has power, and I was to lower this down to about, I actually remember what I can get away with. I can get away with 30. No. 29. So that's it. That's what it's going to look like. So it's a bit different, but it's still going to be good. I can still fit a lot of armor into this design, so don't worry about that. You know, I can do a lot of different things still to make it very, very strong. For example, not using light armor. Now, so I want to panel up the top of this. Again, like how I did on the other one, it's purely just for a little bit of more strength. You know, you don't really have to do it, but I'm already going this far, I might as well go all the way. Oops. want that one there, that one there. And that should do it pretty nicely for this. So we want to have 2 of them. 2 of them. You might have enough stuff, actually. We'll see. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit it. My bad. So it's just a case of getting all this welded up again as usual. You've seen obviously all this before, nothing really changes when you weld up stuff on a mass scale. Believe it or not. It's pretty much just the same of welding stuff up on a mass scale. Actually impressed I have like all the parts to actually entirely build this, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting to run out. But once I've built this, I'll show you why this one is better than the other module and why after building this I won't have to build another one again. Also, I just wanna make that a bit more solid. I just for some reason don't trust myself having light armored scaffolding thing not connected or not welded at least, just so if it does take any damage, everything falls. I don't wanna have to deal with that. So there we go. That's that safe. And the last one is building this part right here. So build these up there. And squeeze in here. Weld up all of these middle part. Okay. Very good, very good. Don't actually need any of those. And then the last thing I can technically do, if I want to, is put something on here. So I might just do that and that on each side, just to then have another... Oh, actually that's light armor, so no, I don't want to do that. I'll do it with heavy armor. Place one there like that, one there like that. Couple of those, couple of those. Should be able to get everything out of here. Yeah, just 12 of them. Okay. So the magical thing of this design is I can lower that down there like that. Lower that one there down like that. Now I have the ability to turn off that rotor. And if I want to, I could set up like a 30° and negative 30° incline. And no matter where this suspension arm is in relation to itself, it is always horizontal now. So look, doesn't matter if I have it at, you know, say to like, I guess, -5 or 4, whatever, didn't really make a difference. It's still entirely horizontal. So that is the plan for that design. The next part I have to work out for this is the heavy armor, which goes along here, and then it goes to the wheel points. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to place a couple of panels like that. And then I'm going to place whatever like that, like that. Lower that down as much as I can. And again, I think I'm going to place a block like that. Or do I place it one lower? I think I place it one lower, don't I? Yeah, let's place it one lower. So place that as low as I can, and then I have to work out, can I place it on there? Possibly not. It should be able to place. Okay. What about if I try to place it like on there? No, it's not gonna work. So we'll be able to place a wheel suspension like that. And then we'll be able to place some heavy armor panels just below it. And then that means even when this arm gets pushed up, I guess the highest we're going to have it is go to about 2. If we're lucky. It's going to be fully compressed like that. Which I think looks alright.
Fuel critical.
Oh no. I don't think I survived that fall. Oh, ooh. Trick shot. Hell yeah.
Fuel critical.
Basically, I'm pretty sure if I fell off there, I'd have died. But not today. Today I survive. So I need to go over to the hydrant to refill my bottles. Good. And then wait for it to empty and then do that again. There we go. Then we're going to place all of the wheels and stuff. And let's see if I can tidy this up a little bit. Something like that should work quite nicely. And something like that. And I can place all those like that, and then I can get the rest of it welded up. Overall, new design, different design, but should still work just as nicely as the other one. The only downside with this one is obviously it has a lot more sideways or sideness of stuff, so I won't be able to fit anything in the bottom, but that shouldn't be a problem. You probably saw in the time lapse at the start of today's video. Yeah, we've made a decent amount of progress on this Rover. And honestly, it looks cooler than it did before. And I hope it works, because I've not tested it. I am not now testing it because I don't want to have to rebuild it entirely for a third time. So if it doesn't work, I'm going to find a way of making it work in this series. Yeah, this is the build. As you can see, it is quite a wide boy. It's quite wide, but that's fine. I'm more than happy for it to be this wide, and it has got a decent amount of length to it. And then we've got a lower floor which I'm starting to build here. As you can see, we've got a couple of hatchways. All this is a floor. Goes to the centre. I haven't built further through there, but I'm going to have to do all this bit as well. And yeah, so the distance between these two is, I believe, 13, and then the distance between these are 15, something like that. So it's not too dissimilar from being very similar, but being wheeled, spaced out evenly. But I think it looks good. I have come up with a name for this build. I was thinking whilst I was building, what am I going to call it? And I have gone with the Phoenix. I don't know why, I just really like the name of the Phoenix for this build. So yeah, we are building the Phoenix. And yeah, these are the suspension arms which I've created. We are again running out of resources, as per usual. I've got the drilling... Oh, the drill is literally just finished. Yeah, I've just expanded into this next circular bit, so as you'll see. We've got one more, which we can do in this area, and then that is all this drill can do. But yeah, we're getting there. It's certainly taking time. And yes, this build has used a ton of components, as I kind of expected it would, but it has used an absolute ton. If I was to chuck everything like I normally do in here, let's just get everything we have. Yeah, we had like 30,000 steel plates. We now have 3, and I crafted or constructed another like 15,000-ish. Building that. So currently in that build, it's got what? It would be around 35 to 40,000 steel plates in it. Obviously, because everything's built out of heavy armor. And this time, instead of it being one rod going from one end to another, it's 2. Oh, it is impressive. But I've also changed the way that this suspension works a bit on this. You may notice we now have 2 wheels. And the wheels are tilted inwards, and then yeah, we rest on that little bar there. Got some reinforcement underneath it, as you can see on both sides. And yeah, it allows me to have like a bit more compression. So if I was to lift this all the way up, as you can see, it's got a decent amount of lift. Not as much as I really want. I would want it to be like double that. But I don't know. I don't think I can really do much to it. It's more than nothing. And yeah, both wheels get compressed with it, so it works, and it's nice and low, so it all rests. This level here is basically the lowest level, or this is like the main floor, main deck. Yeah, I think this is getting good. We've got to work out how we're gonna get to each floor. Might just add like a staircase or something somewhere, and then I need to work out how. Am I going to build this bit like vehicle so it goes over the top of this? So like, you know, is it going to be sort of a lump shape? I actually don't know. Again, if you have any ideas of what you think I should how I should go about building this, let me know. I do enjoy your guys' feedback a lot when it comes to these kind of things, because I think I'm just gonna precast. I don't even know what the terminology is. I think I'm just gonna think about it for a bit. But that's where I'm gonna end this video for today. I'm probably shouldn't have started this recording bit in the first place, but yeah, I need to work some things out, and I guess by doing this recording I'll at least have said whereabouts we at, and you guys can give me some feedback. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, remember to hit the like button. It helps me out more than you think it does, and shows this series is one you want to see continue in the future. As always, my name has been Quantum Chief, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!